Okay, so quick little review of what we learned on Monday. On Monday, we learned the difference between radius and diameter. So radius is when it's just half the line, and diameter is when the whole line from one side to the other side of the circle, that's called your diameter, all the way across. When it just goes from the middle out, that's called your radius, okay? And we're gonna need that information today as well, okay? Then we learned what pi is. Pi is always 3.14. We're going to use pi a lot today. Monday, we learned about circumference, and circumference is going around a circle, the distance around the circle, and we learned that the circumference formula is pi times d, okay? Today, I'm going to teach you how to do the area, all right? So, let's write today's date, which is 4/28/21, and I'm going to teach you the area of a circle. Okay, area of a circle. Now you guys learned area of like a square, area of a rectangle, area of a triangle, you know, all the way back to early elementary school. Life was so easy. Now we're going to be talking about area of a circle. And of course, just like all your other shapes, your area is the inside part, right? So when we're talking about area, we're talking about, well, how much space is inside of your shape, okay? So if I were to cover this with like grass or carpet or paint it, how much material do I need? Circumference, on the other hand, is when you go around the circle. Area is the inside part, okay? So I can write that down. The inside part, okay? Area is the inside part. Circumference is going around the object. All right, so to figure out, to determine the area of a circle, you're going to need the formula. Area is equal to pi times radius squared. Okay, so pi, you already know from Monday. Let's review. Pi will always be 3.14, okay? It's a number that a mathematician developed and realized that there's always this relationship. It always equals 3.14. I gotta look for a movie to explain that. Radius squared. What? This is new. So the radius part is when you have a circle and it's from the center out. Notice it doesn't go all the way through. Radius is when it's just from the center out. But we have a square to it. Now, we gotta review, remind ourselves, what does this little 2 mean? Well, this little square, this little 2 means, it's called a square. So if I, for example, had 4 squared, this does not mean 4 times 2. This means 4 times 4. Okay, we repeat the number twice. So this little 2 tells the 4, hey, 4, repeat yourself 2 times. Okay, well, 4 times 4? Yes, it is 16. Okay, how do we get 16? Because it's 4 times 4. Don't do 4 times 2. That's the number one mistake kids do when they see this. Let's do 9 squared. 9 squared, that's a 2, sorry. 9 times 9, 81, right? 10 squared. 10 times 10?
100.
100. All right, so that's what these little exponents, these little tiny little numbers mean. They mean to repeat the number twice and multiply. Again, look, this is not 8, this is not 16, this is not 20. They're really different numbers, and we're going to be using these numbers over here when we say square, okay? We're going to be using this part, okay? All right, so let's do some examples. So I have my circle. Okay, I'm going to do a radius of 5 inches. All right, so our formula, area is equal to pi r squared times, right? So what we're gonna do is, okay, so I'm gonna need radius, right? So I look at my circle. Did I give you the radius? Yes. So the radius is 5 inches. Makes me happy because I gave you the radius. You don't have to figure it out. It's there. I didn't trick you. Radius is 5 inches. Okay, cool. So now we're going to plug in our numbers. Pi is 3.14 times radius. What is radius? Radius is this line, and it measures 5. Cool. I'm going to plug it in, 5. And then I have a square on it. Cool. Now we have to do it in this order. If you don't do it in this order, you do get the wrong answer. So be careful. First thing you have to do is do the square part. Do not multiply 3.14 times 5. No. You got to do this first. So 5 squared means 5 times 5, which means that equals 25. 5 times 5 is 25. So we're going to then multiply by 3.14. All right. So I don't know what that is. Take our calculator.
78.5.
Yep. 78.5. So we're going to write that down. But we're not done. So I'm going to write this number down. My area is equal to 78.5. Now, you see the units? I'm going to write down the units, and then I'm going to write a square at the end of it. So when we're talking about area, we need to put a square along the units, with the units, I should say. So 78.5 inches squared is the proper way of writing the answer for area. For circumference, we don't put the square on it, but for area, we 100% put the square on it. Okay? All right, let's try another example. Look at that perfect circle. My goodness. 9 centimeters. Now, you look at this and you go, okay, did Miss Lamelli give us the radius, or is she trying to trick us and give us the diameter? Well, if you look at this, you realize that, yes, the radius does equal 9 centimeters, and we're good. That's the number that we need. That's the number we're going to use. So we're happy about that. I'm not trying to trick you on this one. Awesome. So formula is area is equal to pi r squared. Pi times r squared. Wow, that's horrible. So pi is 3.14 times my radius. My radius is indeed 9 squared. Awesome. I like that. Okay, we're going to do the 9 squared first, and I actually gave it to you at the beginning of class. 9 times 9, 81, times 3.14. Totally use my calculator for that part. 3.14 times 81. So my area is equal to 254.34. You look back at your units, centimeters squared. So my area is 254.34 centimeters squared. Make sure you're writing this down. In math, there's only one way of doing it, on paper. You have to make sure you're writing this down. You're not at the movies. You can't just listen to me and understand this. You have to make sure you're writing this down. It's just the way it is. Math is just this way. That's why we love it. All right, we're okay? Now, what if Miss Lamelli is trying to be mean and evil, like she always is, and she gives you a circle that looks like this? Mean and evilness at your service. So,
it's 15 feet.
Yep.
And then 15 times 15.
This represents my diameter. So if I was looking for circumference, easy, nice, love it. 30 feet. But no, this is not what I need. I don't need the diameter. I need the radius. And what we discussed on Monday was that we needed to take half of it. Give me 1 second, Daniel. So I'm going to do 15 feet. Yay, that makes me happy. This is what I get to use. I get to use 15 feet. I don't get to use 30. 30 is there to confuse you. It's there to confuse you. We're not going to use that, okay? All right. So area is equal to pi times radius squared, right? So hopefully now, because you've written it so many times, you know that pi is 3.14 times my radius. 30, 15, 15, 30. What do I use? What do I use? Oh, it's an R. My R is 15, so that means I get to use 15, right? It's there. Use it. Oh gosh, 15 times 15. I don't know, but good thing I have a calculator in my pocket. And I'm going to do 15 times 15 equals 225 times, bring down the 3.14. All right, I have 225 times 3.14 equals, my area is 706.5 feet squared. Okay, so whatever the unit is, whatever the units are, feet, I should say, you're just gonna use it and then put a square on it. If it's inches, feet, whatever it is, just make sure you square it at the end. I've seen like multiple choice answers and one of them says, feet, like they'll have the right number, but they'll say feet. And then letter B is the right number, feet squared. And then kids will just see the number and choose like letter A. And it's like, no, it's there to trick you because you have to make sure you have the correct units. I should do that tomorrow for the exit ticket. Maybe I should. Maybe I will. I don't know. So there it is. This is how we find area. Now, reminder. Sometimes I like to trick you, okay? In which, if I trick you, I give you the diameter. And all you have to do is remember, okay, if she gives me the diameter here, all I have to do is divide by 2 to get the radius. Because radius, it's what we need. All right.
Can we do a couple more?
Excuse me?
Can we do a couple more?
I can do a couple more with you in your group, but not live as a class because I got to send everyone to the breakout rooms because we have just about 15 minutes to do the classwork. So I can work with you in your breakout room.
I have a question, Mr. Miller. Is there a case where we take a picture of our notes here or no?
Is it? Say that one more time. Oh, hold on. Wait. Hold on. Daniel. There you go, Daniel. What was that? Sorry. Okay, yes. Go ahead.
Is there a place we can take our picture for the notes?
Not for today. I didn't make one for today.
Do we add it along with the group work then?
You can, if you want to. You don't have to. You can. All right. Let's do this. Let's go into breakout rooms. And if you have more questions or want more examples, I'm more than happy, or Miss Celine or Ms. Rojas, to provide you with more